Welcome to Everyday Happiness, where we create lasting happiness in about 2 minutes a day through my signature method of intentional margins, creating harmony between your to-dos and your priorities, happiness science, and musings about life. I'm your host, Katie Jeffcoat, and you know the saying, monkey see, monkey do. We know this phrase as a way to describe someone mimicking another, intentionally or not. Sometimes it is a child who wants to be just like dad, and other times it's an adult who acts as a mirror without even thinking. Scientifically, this action is known as behavioral contagion. Today, I'm going to explore what behavioral contagion is and how it spreads. First, let's talk about what a behavioral contagion is. According to the Encyclopedia of Social Psychology, behavioral contagion is a tendency for people to repeat behavior after ones have performed it. It is essentially mimicry, but on an unconscious level. The definition listed examples of behavioral contagion as speech variables such as syntax, accents, speech rate, pauses, tone of voice, and behavioral variables such as gestures, mannerisms, postures, right? Wow, Katie, that's a lot. I know that's what you're thinking. What does all of this mean? So let's break it down. Behavioral contagions primarily work based on physiological cues. So for example, it may be a subtle facial expression, a shift in body language, a flexing of a muscle, or even something as simple as laughter. We all know how contagious a good laugh is. You may recognize it as also yawning. When someone else yawns, tearing up when watching someone cry, right? Or puking, not because you're sick, but because you just saw someone else puke. Yeah, we've all felt that, right? After conducting a behavioral contagion study, Signo Barricade, he's an associate professor at the University of Pennsylvania, and he said, we aren't emotional islands. People are sort of walking mood conductors, and we really need to be aware of that. However, it's not just physical. Behavioral contagions work on an emotional level as well. Studies have shown that emotional contagions can be both positive and negative. Feelings of enthusiasm, joy, and happiness can spread just as much as sadness, fear, and anger. For example, you know that one coworker at the office whose mood affects everyone, right? That is the epicenter for these contagions. We've all been there. How deeply behavioral and emotional contagions spread depends on the trigger person. As unique people, we communicate how we feel at different levels, both verbally and physiologically. Some people can better transmit their emotions, even if they don't mean to. So going back to that coworker example, if you have one of those people in your office, they likely transmit their emotions easily, whether they mean to or not. Now, if we can recognize this, can't we use it for happiness? So tune in tomorrow to check out my episode on how behavioral contagions you can use to your benefit.